Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to TSP TV, and it is another international ration review episode for you today. And today's international ration we're going to be reviewing for you. We're heading back to Latvia. So we got this little bad boy here. This is the exact going to be the second, in fact, Latvian ration that I had reviewed, and the last time I did review one, I actually really enjoyed the entree on that was in it. It had also some weird rye bread. So I'm pretty much guessing that the items inside this are going to be very similar. And actually does say on the outer packaging here what is contained within this particular ration, and you can see by the packaging they didn't exactly spare that much expense on the packaging, unlike the United States or the Russian or some of the other MREs and rations that I've reviewed over the months. This is probably the blandest of them all, and they just really pretty much stuck a little bit of possibly photocopied paper on what seems to be a very heavy duty kind of garbage liner. But anyway, let's get it open, see what we have inside. So we use our little trusty box cutter and see what we have, because there you go, you can get a little look. Now these are pretty cool in the sense that I think not only do you get a flameless ration heater, you also get like a little Esbit stove. So I'm getting everything out here. There's a bag. Oh dear. Alright, so first off, we've got a nut sack. We've got a little, what looks to be some cashews, nuts, possible raisins, and maybe, not sure if there's seeds in there, but we got ourselves straight off the bat a little nut sack. Oh dear, when I say oh dear, we might have a little bit of what looks to be blackcurrant jam perhaps, but there does seem to be like some stickiness on the package and a little bit of squishing, so whether or not that has been compromised, I don't know. We'll find out when we open it up. And as I feared, here is the there seems to be some air, like this should be vacuum sealed. I don't know again if that has been compromised or not. And it says 010919, so that might be past its best, and the last time I tried it, it was absolutely disgusting. Tasted like it was fermented, so we might be not onto a winner there with the jam and the rye bread already. So we've got this little accessory pack, and as I mentioned, the little stove, little Esbit stove type deal, when you've got some solid flame heater type deal there. You just spark that up with the matches, and that's going to be enough to heat up your entree. So what's this here? Can't read that for love nor money. Bon mint. Oh, it's candy. It's mint candies, I think. Bon mint. Yeah, so that looks like it's going to be mint candies. That wasn't in the last packet. This is rice porridge, and I believe this was rice porridge with rice crushed paprika. So that was interesting. Last time I think it was with apples. This is the entree. Whatever that says in Latvian is what's in there, and I believe it is meat and pasta. But we will find out. Inside now we've got a accessory pack here. Looks like there's a lot of goodies in there. Nice little Ziploc bag there you can reuse for other things. That doesn't look too good either, the mint candies, but we've got in here 1, 2, 3, 4 Nescafes. We've got a broken spoon. Doesn't give me much hope. We have sugar. That's like a lot of sugar. I guess you got 4 coffees there, but that is a hell of a lot of sugar. Let's try and make room for everything. On there, there's the coffee, there's the bread, there's the compromised jam. So we've got a refreshing towelette. Shame about the spoon. We've got some power gum, and we've got some forest fruit tea. So lots of coffee. If you like your coffee, there's lots of Nescafe there for you. There are a few fragments of the spoon in the bag. So there you go. That was what was left of the spoon. A little bit flimsy. Maybe that's what caused the damage to the jam. So what you would normally do with this, and this is what I did with the last one, is yeah, there's some sticky stuff on the outside of that one as well. But I think that is possibly from this. We'll wait till we get the tray out before we open that up. But what you do is kind of this little thing here kind of folds together. If you can see, the instructions, well, they're far too small, but yeah, you kind of fold one up and one down, or two down and one up, doesn't matter. Put your can on top, put your little solid fuel on there, tablet on there, and light it up, and you would be able to heat it up. Now I was thinking about maybe doing it inside, but I thought better of it just in case there are some kind of like toxic fumes and things. Although the windows are open today, it's surprisingly warm in Toronto, Canada for the time of year. So all that really remains is to get this out on the tray, which we will do in a moment. But what I wanted to do is just open this up and show you it. I'm going to just go upstairs and heat this up in the microwave. So, oh goodness, there's some kind of gunk coming out already. That is the can, not me. And if you've got pets, you can kind of see there's like some kind of gelatine on there. It looks very similar to cat food, and kind of has that very similar stuffing smell to it. So I'm going to go take that upstairs, heat it up in the microwave, and as I said, all that remains is for us to get it out on the tray. Actually, it helps if I press the pause button at this point. There you go. So normally I would put the main entree in there, but let me just show you the Gala makatoniem. That's the meat in pasta. I did heat it up in the microwave in a little Tupperware dish. I don't know if you can see that. That is how much fat is in there. So let's try and get that into the... You might even be able to see it like coming out. It kind of still looks very much like cat food, and there's still kind of like gelatinous gloops of fat in there. And it doesn't smell too bad, actually. As I said, it does have that similar kind of smell to stuffing. Let me just move the camera over slightly, but you can see everything there. Now what I am going to do, waste not, want not, there is a little bit of grease and leftover stuff in there, and because this stuff is savoury, that says it's rice porridge. Has that been compromised? I'm not sure it has. It looked like there was some dust coming out, but this is the rice porridge with paprika. Let's have a little look what that looks like inside. Can't really see much at all, so I'm going to pour that in to the dish that had the fat still inside of it. So just one last little look at the can. The Gala makatoniem. That's what it looks like outside, and I think we've got to add a little bit of boiling water, which I do have. So I think I should have read the instructions maybe. So I put a little bit of water in it to get it going, and when I'm also there, I'll get some hot water for the tea. So I'll just put in the kettle down. So we've got the fruits of the forest tea. You can see at the side here I've got the Nescafe. I'm actually not going to review these in this video. It's a little bit too much liquid going on in. Most people know what a cup of Nescafe tastes like, even though at least it's not the 3-in-1 that they put in the Canadian IMPs. It is a big boy coffee, and again, I'm not going to be using all of this sugar on anything. So let's get the tea bag out. And put that in there. Let that steep. So I'm actually using the Gala al makatoniem. Maybe I'll put that on the thumbnail, just because it's funny wording to me. I think it's funny. So this stuff here, you see, you kind of don't know if that was enough. So I'm going to try and get all that juices and stuff that was left off there. If that was enough to really rehydrate that or not. But this was quite nice last time when I had it with the apples. Sorry, I had to stop and think and remind myself what was in there. So like I said, I'm trying to get some of that good grease that was in that can. Like nearly all of it was grease. In fact, grease was holding everything together. You can kind of see, I don't know if you can see there, just how much grease is floating in the bottom of that dish. Sorry about that. Trying to readjust the camera. So I'm not sure if that is as it should be. Doesn't really have any smell. Notice also they didn't give you any salt and pepper or hot sauce or anything like that to accompany this meal. So that's another reason why I'm kind of trying to get all that flavour. I mean, I hope that's enough to have hydrated it, but we'll soon find out. Oh, that's still crunchy as fuck. Yeah, very crunchy. So let's use our refreshing towel and tuck into this. Yeah, and that's kind of just falling to pieces just by unwrapping it. But let's give our hands a little wipe. Let's also give our spoon a little wipe, and see if we can reuse that. So I'm very interested to see what this looks. That actually looks like big chunks of beef. And as I was going to say, what kind of meat this is exactly, but it is pieces of beef, and that is just falling to pieces. And it actually looks like real beef. I'm trying to get a piece on the fork with some pasta, so you can see that. Look at that, guys. That is actual a real piece of what looks to be very slowly braised beef. Wow, that is a very just taste of beef. But I mean, I know it sounds stupid because it's beef, but that tastes like the sort of beef that maybe, like, it tastes like home cooking is what I'm trying to say. Not like the Chilean MRE I did recently that claimed to taste like home cooking. That piece of beef actually really does taste just like it's come out of a slow cook hot pot. Wow, and there's more meat than pasta as well, so that's quite a hefty and hearty. It looked like a small can, but there's quite a good serving of meat there. Oh my word, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, guys, the fat kind of makes that. So I'm gonna try a little bit of this, see what's going on. See that one there? Oh, that's softened up a little bit. Doesn't really taste of anything. You can kind of see that there's little red flakes. I'm guessing that's what is the paprika contingent. All right. But this here, this is winner. In I really, I actually have a third Latvian ration. That's the last one. I had 3 in total, so I've got 1 left. And so far their entrees have been absolutely fantastic. Very simple and subtle flavors, not overpowering, but it really does taste, you know, like the pork in the last one was real chunks of pork. This is real chunks of beef. That's a little bit weird. I'm just kind of wondering if you kind of get a little bit of fat and meat and pasta and see how that works. Because I'm thinking that would soak up the fat, and you don't want to waste that fat because that fat is freaking golden, people. I wish you could just buy a can of the fat. The pasta is a little bit soft, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not actually a huge fan of pasta, despite my love for ramen. This makes me look as though I'm 9 months pregnant once I've finished eating it. So, you know what? Let's just throw it all in together. That's stuck together. I mean, that's going to stick to your ribs as well, fill you up quite a lot. So let's just throw it all in together. Kind of got rice and meat, pasta, fat, little paprika flakes. And that's going to be a very good, hearty meal for you then. That really is going to fill you up. And we still got to get into that weird white rye bread and see if it's edible or not. Last time, honestly, I had like and they stuck together. I couldn't even separate them. But I got halfway through, and it's kind of like trying to swallow and gag at the same time. So let's have a little look what that combo comes out like. And it's actually quite salty. So you probably wouldn't need to add much salt anyway. The beef and the sauce or whatever it was. I mean, it doesn't even seem to have like a sauce. It just seems to have like been braised very, very slowly in its own juices and fat. Very, very interesting. Definitely some bay flavor of bay leaf going on there, and a little bit of sage for sure. But sorry, I'm just kind of getting a little bit zen-like mixing that around, but I'm trying to get as much of the fat soaked into that rice as possible. That's why I'm chewing on my mouthful. What we got here, and that's the mint bonbons. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bonbons, little mint candies. We'll try one of those maybe after meal. And we've also got our little, let's get the box cutter out. Put those in there. Try not to get them. I'm going to grab that cashew at the back. They taste good. Let's try a couple of the raisins. Yeah, that's a good raisin too. So I'm going to kind of keep munching on this. Wow, that beef is absolutely to die for. Let's see what this is saying this time. God, look how unappetizing that looks. That's, oh my god, I can smell it. The smell almost made me want to vomit. So they're kind of stuck together. You can't even really pull them apart. I'm just going to leave that there for now. Let me try a little bit of the crust. Actually, you know what? I'm going to eat this first, because if that's bad, I'm not going to be able to come back for it. So I do want to enjoy this. I don't know if you agree with the fact that I mixed it all together, but you know, it's all going to the same place. Holy shit, that rye bread just smells absolutely rank. I mean, I don't even know if that's... I'm pretty sure that's not how it's supposed to smell or taste. And as I am enjoying this particularly hearty and delicious, almost home-cooked meal, shame there's not seconds. I don't want to ruin it with the rancid rye bread. I'm guessing maybe if you wanted to make some prison-style pruno, you could possibly use that as part of the I can't say it, you know what I mean? Fermentation process. And there we got it out. So again, look, that's some proper seasoning in there. And it really does. Unlike the Chilean, I've got to say, the Gala makatoniem is absolutely, that's not divine, but it's absolutely delicious. It's actually filling me up already. And we've yet to try the rancid bread. So I really am enjoying each and every mouthful of that, which is why I'm kind of try some of the tea. Kind of smells like air freshener, like a Glade air freshener. Very, very fruity, almost artificial, but refreshing nonetheless. A very enjoyable meal, nice accompaniment. Certainly better than the coffee as an accompaniment to this meal. That would kind of made it taste a little bit harsh and overpowering with the coffee flavour and the flavour that's going on with the meat. But maybe you could possibly crumble that up and mix it in with the coffee and make some kind of mush that you could eat, if you know what I'm saying. It may be the coffee and the water would soften that bread and disguise some of the nasty flavour if you kind of had to eat it. I mean, as I said, I don't know if that's how it's supposed to taste. It's not enjoyable at all. Wish they had some kind of cracker instead of that. I think it was actually the bread that prevented me and prolonged me doing the second Latvian ration. We've actually done quite a few. Finished off the whole Canadian IMPs that I had, the case that I bought. I reviewed all the rations that I had contained within that. There were some doubles I sold on to fellow ration enthusiasts via Facebook. But I still have quite a few left to review for the future. I've got a couple of Russian 24 hours. I've got a Portuguese 24 hour. I've got an actual DOD US military ration to try. My first one, although it has a Sopaco items very similar to the almost out of date ones. Just very excited to try my first kind of brown bag MRE. It comes from the US military. And what else have I got? That's it actually. A couple of Russians, a couple of Portuguese, American, and a Chinese, and one more Latvian after this. So at the end of this video, I might give you the chance to choose your own ration review for my next one. And I'm thinking we're going to go for a 24-hour one. If that's cool with you. And I am going to plan on doing a special dedicated to Trip. He was the guy, he's one of my viewers. He may be watching this one that sent me the American beef stew DOD ration to try. I just want to do a very separate video just for that one, but you guys will get to choose at the end of this what ration I review next. So we're nearly at the end of that. Sorry if this is boring for you to watch. Maybe this is for my own purposes that at a later date I might rewatch this and try and enjoy every bite again. But that is very, very filling. Very filling indeed. And getting a little bit disappointed there's not more of it, although I'm not sure how much room there would be. So the porridge stuff on its own was a little bit bland. And I'm not going to lie, it wasn't particularly enjoyable, but kind of mixing it together like this kind of turned it into sort of almost like a beef stew or something. And it certainly soaked up a lot of that fat, because oh my god, that was swimming in it, and the fat was what really probably give it that deliciousness. So that's that finished. All right, let's get some tea. That was a very disappointing first burp. So let's eat our nuts. And we will open that up last. Just to see. Actually. While I'm chewing on nuts. Doesn't look that bad. I'm going to try a little bit of the jam. Dope, it fell in my lap. The jam tastes okay, even though there's some like stuff on the outside. Let's just try a bit of the crust. You can see there's some there. Oh God. Oh, just the smell of it kind of almost made me retch a little bit. I don't think I can even do this. Oh no, there it is. Yuck. I thought I was going to avoid it, then all of a sudden you have a couple of chews. And, oh, ugh, yuck. Ugh, blah. Yeah, no, I don't think that's how it should taste at all. I mean, if it does, I feel sorry for anyone that has to eat that. That's some kind, oh good God. I mean, the bag did look as though there had been some air just got into it, and it, oh God. Even the nuts aren't doing anything to get rid of that. I only took a tiny bite as well, and that's like overpowered all the flavors straight off the bat. Yeah, I kind of knew it smelled funky just like the last time. Oh God, sorry, I had to fight something down then. We don't edit or filter these videos, as you know by now, but good God. Oh yeah, sorry about that, folks. That really wasn't good at all. But don't say I didn't try it. Maybe oh good God. Let's just try and get rid of the flavour with the nuts and raisins. That's really good. Oh, there's no prizes for guessing what that burp tastes like. Oh dear God. Okay, I'm trying to like swallow nuts, burp, and fight bringing up like liquid. Probably should ease off on the nuts, but in for a penny, in for a pound. They were really nice actually. Cashews, peanuts, nuts. Very simple trail mix, but wonderful. And simple. And that's what I kind of like about these little Latvian rations. Everything about them is so very kind of simple and almost humble, in fact. Very simple but hearty. Dare I say comforting meal. I'm guessing, you know, if you're a Latvian troop, and you're in the field and you taste this, that would probably be a very comforting taste or reminder of home or growing up. I guess that's something they might be very familiar with. But if anyone does, Smitty, CT, I'm looking at you guys, your fellow ration reviewers that are north of the border up here in Kanukistan. But if you've ever tried this, is it supposed to taste as bad? I can't even describe the flavour. Like, the first couple of chews, it's like, oh, this almost tastes quite soft, and then all of a sudden, boom, there's this, I can't even describe it. But what I am going to do is pop you on hold. My God, that's a little bit ski-whiff and crooked. Sorry about that, guys. That's a little bit better. I'm just going to pop you on pause and get some crackers out the pantry. Alright, so I grabbed some little Melba toasts actually. I've got some of these in my pantry over there. And these are only a couple of bucks from the dollar store for a box. You get, I think, 8 or 10 of these little packages in a container. So I don't really want to waste that jam because that tasted quite nice, and there ain't no way in the world I'm going to be able to eat any more of that bread. I might even be having fucking nightmares about that. Let's give the spoon a little bit of a wipe. I was a little bit concerned about the jelly because there was some kind of sticky goop on the outside. Oh, good God. And you kind of see it's more like a spread than like anything. I don't know if that's because it's bad, but yeah, it doesn't kind of spread like a regular jam. So this would probably be nice to have a cup of coffee. Maybe I should finish the tea and do that. Hold on, let me finish the tea. Okay, the tea was very delicious. Okay, so I boiled some water. We're going to have some coffee with our Melba toast and jam. And the other thing, guys, I was just tidying up the trash while the kettle was boiling, and I found there was another jam. There's an apricot too, so That's kind of redeem us a little bit on the things. We're going to double up. We're going to put 2 in. Actually got scissors. And I'm pretty sure you guys know what Nescafe tastes like. I'm pretty sure at some point in time most people have tasted Nescafe. So let's give it a little stir. I'm pretty sure that's going to be, yeah, it's exactly, actually, it's not that bad. I haven't had a Nescafe for a while. Certainly if you put 2 in, you know what, let's just fucking throw them all in. Waste not, want it not. And then all we're not going to use is the, we're making up for the fact that the rye bread's shit by drinking all the coffee. I was going to save that and put that in my pantry, but you know what? Let's just have a super 1 cup 4-in-1 big boy coffee. Right, let's give that another stir. That's certainly better than the 3-in-1 milkshake that they give you with the Canadian IMP. Anyway, let's try the blackcurrant jam on the toast. Oh well. The jam is good. The Melbourne toast, I haven't had that in such a long time. And that took me back a little bit of a taste of nostalgia. That kind of tastes like the sort of jam you'd get at IKEA, for sure. Lingonberry, I think, is the jam you get at IKEA that tastes very, very similar than that. That's good. It actually tastes just like a real piece of toast. So sorry, as I said, it's not exactly... Oh, that might have been the one. Does that look good to you? There's only one way to find out. I think that's still good. See what I mean? There's a little bit of separation going on there. It kind of looks to have like I don't know. Like I say, we'll soon find out once we put it on the Melba toast. So yeah, sorry guys, I'm substituting the rye bread for the Melba toast, but I did want to try these jams because they were actually very good last time, if I remember. Even though, oh, that's a very tangy apricot. But very good. Very good, even though there is a suspicion. What do you think, guys? Does that look as though it's separated or is bad? It doesn't like taste fermented, and I have tasted Pruno firsthand, which pretty much tastes like fermented fruit in a bag of water with a couple of Jolly Ranchers thrown in to try and mask the taste, disguise the flavour. But that tastes tastes okay. I don't think there's anything really to worry about there. Let's watch it down with our 4-in-1 Nescafe. Okay, that actually almost tastes like a cup of coffee. It actually works wonders. That kind of breakfast flavour of the coffee and the toast. So I did get out another packet of let's try and make a little toasted sandwich. I did get another packet of Melba bread because I thought there was going to be 2 jams. I could probably spread it over the thing, but no, you'll probably only be able... Oh god. And pretty much everything so far, with the exception of the rye bread, has been really, really nice and delicious and very, very simple, homely flavours. And as I said, you know, this jam in the Melba toast almost tastes like breakfast at home with some crispy toast and Nescafe. Certainly woke up to many breakfasts like that in the past. I'm sure many of you have. So unfortunately this one's a little bit busted up, so you couldn't spread it even if we wanted to. You know what, there might even be more scrapage in there, sorry. That's really good. Yeah, I don't think that was bad at all. As I just saw, the last little bit we can scrape out. Yes, there is. As long as we don't. I'm not going to get too much carried away with what's left in the jam. Let's finish those last bits. Sorry, I'm getting nostalgic for Melba toast now. Let's wash that down with our Nescafe. Still very hot and nearly burnt my mouth. I want to finish that before I try a bonbon, because once you've had mint coffee, it's just horrible. It's like using coffee for mouthwash after you've brushed your teeth. So that's a little bit, I'm just going to put you on pause. That is, as I said, very strong, very Nescafe flavouring, but not bad. Certainly a nice... that was a good one. Hope you give that a good rating, if those of you who enjoy the burps in my reviews. I forgot what I was going to say now. The burp distracted me completely, but that's the way to go, throwing them all in the one cup. It certainly makes it taste more like a proper cup of coffee, strong and black and bitter, just like my soul. So let me pop you on pause while I finish that. Alright, just down to the last mouthful now. Maybe 2 last mouthfuls. Still burning as it's going down. So the only thing we didn't really use, other than the rye bread, was the sugar, and that is a hell of a lot of sugar for one portion. So I'm going to actually put that in the pantry. And let's try one of our... Let's put our spoon on the tray. One of these little... Hang on, have I got another one? It was one of those you need to kind of close your mouth and burp, otherwise there might be some projectile regurgitation. Oh, sorry about that. So I'm kind of guessing one of these is going to be like Murray mints, perhaps. Oh no, they're like the clear. I kind of thought they might be mint caramels, but they're like kind of the clear Fox's Glacier mints that you used to get. Kind of has that like medicinal humbug kind of candy cane flavour, I guess. Sort of like old people candy. Very, very minty. Certainly refreshes the palate over after you've eaten that meal. But really and truly, the flavours within the that little meat and pasta were something that you'd like to savour for a little bit longer. So I'm going to suck on this little candy after I finish it up. Actually, no, I'm not. I need to give you the rations to choose. So I'm not going to eat the rest of those. I'm going to throw those in these and the power gun. So I put this in my pantry if I ever need it. There's a little handful of candies in mint. I think that gum has you know what, let's spit the fucking candy out, so I'm not going to enjoy that. Let's try the gum. You know what, I'm going to send those to somebody. I'm going to send the mints to someone. I'm not going to save them in my pantry. I'm going to save the little stove heater. Sorry about this little rambling section of the video. As I say, we don't edit other than press pause. So this is supposed to power gum. I think it has caffeine in it. So we just had all that coffee. That's what it looks like. Kind of a little bit chalky, not bendy. Oh, that's very, it's like leather. Takes a little bit. There you go. Once you get it going, it's going. I think out of the two, I would prefer more gum than the candies. But it's a nice little treat. Heidi, they'll be going in with your little parcel of stuff that I'm putting together. I might even throw you in some sugar as well. Actually, you can get both sugars. So Sable and Prep, and I am putting together a little care package of ration items for you to try at some point. Stuff that I don't like, basically. So I'm going to send you the candies and some Latvian sugar. But when that gets to you, I don't know. So let me go and put you on pause, get the tray away. This was a very oh, there's one there. So this was a very, very enjoyable meal. There's even a little bit of jam left in the tray there. With the exception of this, I'm going to throw that out to the birds. See if they, and if they start dying, we know it's bad. Trying to see if I can feel the caffeine from the gum kicking in. But anyway, I'm going to clean up the tray and I'm going to go and get your rations for you to decide what my next review is going to be. And it is going to be a long one, because it's going to be a 24-hour one. So hold on a second, guys, and I'll be back. Okay, so I am back. So here it is. Choose your ration, guys. We're going to go with either the 24-hour Portuguese ration or the 24-hour Russian ration. Both of these were sent to me by Safari Man 1. I'm very, very thankful and glad that he did so. So he will be the reason we'll be able to do this video, and you're going to be able to choose which one of the two you wish to see me review next. It will be a long one because there are going to be lots of stuff inside, both very heavy. I mean, see what I mean? Both very heavy. I'm not even sure, maybe five pounds each, possibly more. But they ignore the fact that they may look a little bit beat up on the damage. It's kind of like the dented cans section in your local grocery store, as to how I've come across these a little bit. But they're perfectly fine on the inside. Sorry, I've got some Nescafe coming back up the pipe. But they're perfectly good inside, and as I said, you guys out there watching, you get to choose which one I review next. Although obviously, no, it shouldn't take much working out to figure that the one with the most votes will be the one we review next. So if you want to see the Russian, say Russian. If you want to see the Portuguese, say Portuguese, and that will be the next ration review you see on my channel. As for this one, that was the Latvian I should go and look at the packaging to see what number ration it was particular, but that was the Latvian military field ration. Meat in pasta with rice porridge with paprika flakes in rancid rye bread. But everything else in that was very, very, very delicious and tasty, other than the bread. And not really a fan of boiled mint candies. But they weren't too unpleasant if you're into that sort of thing. A really, really enjoyable ration all round. So thanks for watching, guys. This is a shit video production. This is TSP TV. We'll catch you in the next one. And until then, keep it thrifty. And don't forget to vote on which one of these you want to see me review in my next international ration review. Thanks for watching, folks. See you next time. Take it easy.